Namaskaram. Shri Mahaganapataye Namah. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. In today's humble samarpanam on Mayilpeeli, we shall chant, learn and understand the meanings of slokas of Narayaneeyam Dasakam 61. Let us first chant the sloka and then understand the meaning. Dasakam 61 is about Krishna blessing the wives of some Brahmins who lived away from Vrindavan. There were a group of Brahmin women who were great devotees of Lord Krishna. Since their husbands were ritual bound, they were not able to see Krishna, so he himself goes there to meet them. When the Gopa boys request the Brahmins for food, they drive them away, but when they meet the wives of these Brahmins, they come running to see the Lord with a lot of food offering. This Leela was performed by the Lord to show the Brahmins the superiority of devotion over rituals. The devout wives of the Brahmins could see the Lord, but ritualistic Brahmins failed to see the Lord because they did not have any devotion but were only focused on performing rituals. Dasakam 61, Sloka 1. Tatascha Brindavanatoti dhurato vanam gatastvam kalugopa gokulaihi hridantare bhaktatarad vijangana kadambakanugrahana grahan vahan. O Lord, once you, accompanied by the cowherd boys and herds of cattle, went to a distant forest away from Vrindavan with an undisclosed intention of blessing a group of Brahmin women folk who were greatly devoted to you, says Bhattadri. Dasakam 61, Sloka 2. Tato niriksha sharane vanantare kishoralokam shutitam trishakulam adurato yajnaparant vijan prati vyasarjayo didiviyachanayatan. O Lord, then you saw that the cowherd boys were hungry and were tormented by thirst, and the forest was without any dwellings where some food could be got. Not very far away, some Brahmins were performing yajna. You sent the boys to them to beg for some boiled rice or food. Dasakam 61, Sloka 3. Gateshvato teshvabhidayate vidham kumarakeshvo dhanayachishu prabho shruti stira apyavinin yurashrutim nakinchidu chushcha mahisurotamaha. O Lord, the boys then went to the Brahmins and they mentioned your name and asked for food. But the great Brahmins, who were known to be well versed in Vedas or Shrutis, acted as if they had not heard anything and did not respond in any manner, says Bhattadri. Dasakam 61, Sloka 4. Anadharat kinnadiyo hi balakaha samayayuryuktamidam hi yajvasu chirada bhakta kalute mahisura katam hi bhaktam tvayithai samarpyate. O Lord, the boys returned depressed by the unsympathetic treatment at the hands of these Brahmins. But such an indifferent behavior was quite expected of such ritualistic Brahmins. Indeed, for long they were not devoted to you, so how was it possible that they would offer food to you, said Bhattadri. These Brahmins were only focused on performing rituals, but there was no devotion at all. Dasakam 61, Sloka 5. Nivedayadvam gruhini janayamam disheyuratnam karunakula imam iti smitadhram bhavate ritagata te darakadarajanam yayachire. O Lord, you told the cowherd boys with a tender smile to approach the wives of these Brahmins and tell them of your presence in the vicinity and request for food, which they would certainly give, as they were very kind-hearted and compassionate. Dasakam 61, Sloka 6. Grihita namni tvayi sambramakula chaturvidam bhojyarasam pragruhyata chiram dhrutatvat pravilokanagraha swakair niruddha apiturnamayayu. O Lord, greatly excited on hearing the mention of your name, those women who were yearning for long to see you rushed to you, bearing all 4 varieties of victuals, that is, chewables, drinkables, suckables, and lickables, despite being obstructed by their husbands. Here we understand that the Brahmin wives were so devout to Krishna that as soon as they heard his name, they came with all types of food they had prepared as offering for the yajna that was being performed by their husbands. In their excitement to see the Lord, they did not pay attention to their husbands, who stopped them from taking all the offerings, as they were yet to be offered in the yajna. Dasakam 61, Sloka 7. Vilola pincham chikure kapolayo samulla satkundala madramikshite nidaya bahum suhrudam sasimani stitam bhavantam samalokayantataha. O Lord, with infinite joy they perceived you standing with peacock feathers quivering in your locks, bright ear ornaments reflected on your cheeks, meltingly tender looks and arms resting on a friend's shoulder, said Bhattadri. Here we understand that the Brahmin women folk, due to their pure love and devotion, were so blessed to be able to see the beautiful, enchanting form of Krishna, which they were very much longed to see in their selfless service to the Lord. Dasakam 61, Sloka 8. Tada chakachit vadupaga modyata grihita hasta dayitena yajvana tadaiva sanchintya bhavanta manjasa vivesha kaivalya maho kritinyasau. O Lord, one of the women who was physically prevented by her husband from coming near you meditated on you with intense devotion and in an instant attained salvation and united with you. How fortunate indeed she was, says Bhattadri. Here we understand that if we meditate upon the Lord with deep devotion and love, we are with no iota of doubt going to be blessed like this Brahmin woman who was physically tied up by her husband so that she does not go to see Krishna, but she sat where she was and meditated upon Krishna and got united with the Lord, thus attaining salvation. Dasakam 61, Sloka 9. Adaya bhojyananugruhyata puna twadanga sangas prahayorjatir griham vilokya yajnaya visarjayannima chakartrabatrunna pita swagarhanan. O Lord, having accepted their offer of food, you bless them. You send them back to their homes which they had left unattended in their eagerness to see you. You also gave instructions to attend to their wifely duties and also removed any resentment towards them in the minds of their husbands. Here we understand that Krishna accepted all the offerings these Brahmin women had brought for him and he blessed them. Added to this, since they had left their homes without the consent of their husbands, Krishna made sure that the husbands had no ill feeling at all about this, and the women were welcomed with reverence and love by them. Dasakam 61, Shloka 10. Nirupya dosham nijamangana jane vilokya bhaktim cha punarvicharibi prabuddha tatvaittvamabhishtutho dvijaihi marutpuradisha nirundi meghadan. O Lord, the Brahmins on reflection realized their mistake and realizing the significance of their wives' devotion to you sang your praises. O Lord of Gurubhyo, please dispel all my afflictions, praised Bhattadri. The Brahmins realized that the devotion and love that their women folk had for the Lord was much more significant than the rituals that they performed, as these women had the blessing of seeing the Lord and receive his blessings. Hare Krishna, Govinda Nama Sankirtanam, Govinda Govinda, Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste, Shri Haraye Namah, Shri Mahaperiyava Sharanam.